I want to talk about standardized tests for just a minute because I have a love-hate relationship with them.
Yes.
And I know lots of parents do. And I've told the story on the podcast many times about how when I was growing up homeschooling my kids, we had to take our kids to the public school to have them tested. And John had to go one year. He was 5 when he started first grade, and he couldn't read. And I'd had him tested by another woman who said, "Zan, he's brilliant, leave him alone." Well, I couldn't because he had to go take this test. And so you have the horror stories like that.
Mhm.
But then in homeschooling, we can actually use a standardized test to see where a child is weak and where a child is strong. And it's not a moratorium on you as a teacher.
No,
And
no,
that's
not at
what,
all.
I think we grew up with that idea of testing. But if you can get past that to see the testing tool as a helpful tool.
Right, as a tool,
Yeah, that's
a
right.
piece of the puzzle, and it's just
Mm,
one piece of the puzzle. That's what I always tell parents. But it is helpful if you have something and then you can compare it, every year, or it's case we do every other year. Although I have some parents that do like to test every year. And there's different kinds of
and that's what I
tests.
was gonna ask you. There's not only the traditional standardized tests that we're aware of,
Right.
like
The
what are the names
well,
of
the
the
Iowa and the
Iowa and
Stanford are
and the
the most
Stanford. Yeah,
common.
okay.
The classic learning test, the CLT, it hasn't been around as long, maybe 15, 20 years,
Mhm.
which is still significant, but,
Right.
it is an excellent tool, and I really like and have,
That's good to know.
encouraged that one some. But then there's the Woodcock-Johnson,
And I know
which
you're
is
certified to give that particular test,
yes, and
but I
it
don't know what it is.
well, the Woodcock-Johnson is a standardized assessment, but you give it in a one-on-one situation. A lot of it is, the child responds to a prompt and the administrator writes the answer. That there are a few parts where they write,
Mhm.
but there's only and it's mostly untimed. There's, like, maybe 3 timed sections.
Okay.
And for kids who are struggling, it it, just is an opportunity to be tested in a less, anxiety inducing
Right.
atmosphere,
Okay.
you know?